fake fuck
Everyone, bruh. You guys, it's your boy SSA K Dot, the first black Super Saiyan to ever arrive on this planet, yo. I just got out of seeing a visually epic movie, bruh. A movie that tugged at my heartstrings a bit. A movie that took away some things that I really didn't care about. I was kind of glad they took away that specific person. I was so glad when that specific person they took up out of there. I was so happy, bro. I was so happy. Now, you guys all know I'm biased with my MCU characters of who I love. I love Captain America in the MCU. He is basically, this is how Captain America is, bro. That's why I love Captain America. He reminded me of two people. As far as, you understand where I'm coming from. I'm just going to say this real quick. I love Captain America for this reason. He is always positive. For example, Superman, always positive 24/7. A lot of people think that's corny, but in my opinion, you always being positive isn't corny. You being mainly negative is corny. But you being like Captain America or Superman, hell, I would say this. Cap reminded me a lot of how, for example, what Goku in Dragon Ball is. For example, I'm not saying Cap and Goku share the same knowledge. What I'm saying is this. Goku's always positive 24/7. Goku changed people's lives around him, bro. He's a positive person 24/7. You can never take that away from Goku. You can never take that away from Superman. They never falter to a point where they hit some low point where they're evil. No, they're always positive, bro. They're always there to either inspire or just be a positive piece of energy, bro. Shouts out to Captain America, bro. The leader of the Avengers, bro. Now this movie, as much screen time as they gave Captain America, he deserved more. Tons more. They gave more screen. Look, I get he was the first, but I'm be real with y'all. This nigga right here is whack, bro. I get there's Tony Stark fans. This nigga's whack, bro. He did something so disrespectful in this movie to Captain America, his leader, the person that is the beacon of their team, bro. The leader, bro. I'm glad. Tony Stark blamed Iron Man Tony Stark blamed Captain America for something that wasn't even his fault, bro, at all. Tony was the one who got himself in some trouble. When I do my spoiler review, I'm gonna give you the facts of what I saw. Tony Stark, you're officially trash in my book. I don't even like you anymore. At the end of the day, I think my only MCU character from the main 6 Avengers is probably gonna be Captain America, Hawkeye, and Widow, bro. There's probably the only 3 characters I liked in this movie. To be honest, the only 3 heroes. You guys, this movie was it was epic, bro. This movie was visually epic, bro. It was really tugging at the heartstrings. It really made me feel something. I didn't cry. Especially for who. Especially for who. But at the end of the day, it was a visually epic film, bro. It was. It was a very emotional film. And I think when a lot of people are reviewing, I watched some spoiler-free reviews, and I wasn't too fond of them because a lot of people was going off emotion. And it's good to know that a bunch of fans cried during the film. But you got to still keep it G and keep it 100 about the film at least. You guys, I told you guys, and I'm very sorry. I am very sorry to the highest degree that I am doing this. I told you guys that I would release 3 different reviews. You only finna get 2. Coming out of this movie, I'm not finna fanboy over this. Like I said, I would give you a fan review, a sort of critical review, and then a spoiler review. I'm not doing that. You're only getting 2. As visually epic this movie was, the CG was amazing. The emotional moments were amazing. But other than that, a bunch of stuff wasn't making sense like it was supposed to. For example, the Ex Machina device they used in this movie to retrieve some stones. This movie was a big contradiction in itself. It really was. As far as writing a story, this was the hugest contradiction I ever seen a day in my life, bro. And what this movie did to two characters specifically, no. Three, no. These are all the characters I had issue with. Surprisingly, I had no issue with Ant-Man. Surprisingly, he actually provided some valuable help in this film. Sure, he was cracking jokes like an idiot because of what happened. Another problem I had with this film, the humor was in the wrong places at the wrong time. At the start of this movie, serious, bro. And then when you got to the, and then when you got to the, there's a time jump. When you get to the time jump, that biggest portion of the movie, bruh, it was too lighthearted. Way too lighthearted. Way too lighthearted. The final battle, bruh, that final battle was epic, yo. Bah, 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 ah, 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 ah. That final battle was epic, bro. That final battle was epic. That shit was like, it was an ensemble, bro. That fight was this. It was basically, bruh, what's the best way to describe this? Okay. I will describe the battle for you guys. I'm just gonna say this one thing. Think of 300 Spartans versus the Persian army. That's what this battle was, bruh. Bruh. They can take my... Bruh. I swear. A ghost. My spirit was snatched up out of my body. When I saw that final battle, I was like, oh. Y'all know in the movie in Dark Shades when the Sorcerer Supreme goes punches your spirit out of your body? Brother, I was literally in the seat. They had me. This film had me, bruh. It visually had me. But this movie is another big contradiction in itself, yo. And like I say, the biggest issues I had with this film, the power scaling, the Ex Machina device, the humor, huge issue. This movie shouldn't have been as lighthearted as it was, especially in between. There's moments when you can have humor, and there's moments when you can execute humor right. It felt really forced in tons of things, bro. Characters that I had huge issues with was Tony Stark. Huge issue, bro. That first scene, nah, bruh. And this the Endgame, disrespectful. What you said to Captain America right there, bro. I'm not finna accept that from Tony Stark, bro. That was a very disrespectful thing he said to Tony Stark. Tony Stark still has not learned to do what? Own up to his actions, bruh. What I seen in this movie was what he blamed Captain America for. I'm done with you, Tony Stark. I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Thor. Another issue. Another issue with Thor. This is why I say, those who are fans of Thor, there's a reason Thor has a trash trilogy. There's a reason the MCU shits on your character. Because he's a gag. He's a parody. He's a joke. He's a literal parody of the real Thor. The comic Thor. The dope Thor. I did not like his visual appearance, bro. There's reasons characters in comic books look a certain way. Nobody don't want to see no bimbo looking. That's what I'm saying. This dude looked like a bum. He looked like straight up bum in this movie, bro. Yes, his action scenes was epic, but come on now, bruh. Are you serious? This dude look like straight up bum. Come on, bro. God, she was strung out. Come on, trash. Thor is trash. The Incredible Hulk. Bruh. Hulk fans really thought Hulk was gonna get a moment to shine. Hulk didn't. Hulk barely did anything in this movie. Bruh. Hulk took the hugest downgrade I ever seen a day in my life. There's a reason Avengers 1 Hulk was tight. Because he was doing Hulk stuff. Hulk smash. Avengers 2 ruined his credit even further when Tony Stark beat him with Hulkbuster. Are you kidding me? In the comics. Well, look, this is the MCU, but I'm just saying. That should have never happened. But it did. I didn't agree with it in Age of Ultron, but it happened, right? It happened. Now, Hulk is trash in this movie, bro. Trash. Another character. I'll tell you one thing about this movie that it's not really a spoiler, but I'll say this much. Of all the space travel I've seen in this film, why is nobody wearing helmets? Why is all these other planets breathable for humans? Humans are literally walking on other planets and they can just breathe. They can just breathe on these other planets. Peter Quill is an exception. He is part alien, aka Ego. He's part alien, so he gets a little benefit of the doubt. That's all I'll say. There was a lot of trash characters in this movie. Another thing. I tried to give this movie the pass I wanted to give it. But this movie failed to do something that I needed explained from Infinity War, and it never explained it. It actually glossed over it and didn't even explain it. No post-credit scene, no nothing to explain this. It just glossed over it. It has to do with Doctor Strange and his reasoning. I'll tell you this much. After watching this movie, you guys, this movie was visually epic, bruh. And it was emotional. It was very emotional. I didn't cry, but it was emotional of what they were doing. They really caught my emotions. But at the end of the day, I like good writing. And this movie was contradicting itself so much. Thor did something that contradicted the Ex Machina device that they were supposed to use. They was contradicting themselves so much with the things they were trying to accomplish, right? I'll talk about it in my spoiler review. The power scaling was a big contradiction in itself. It was huge contradictions. But at the end of the day, this movie was still visually epic. It was nice to see all these characters come together. It was nice to see it. That final battle, epic. You guys, I'm going to tell you this much. The first 2 hours of the film, I know there will be people telling you, oh my gosh, where's all the action at? Don't listen to those people. Don't listen to those people. I actually like seeing them talk, bro. That's what you need. Development. And a bunch of people I heard a bunch of people had issue that there wasn't enough action. I was like, go watch Infinity War, that whack movie, because now I even hate Infinity War even more. I'm giving Endgame a pass because, bruh, that final battle was so epic. Endgame's getting a huge pass because if they didn't emotionally take me in, this movie, bruh. But it was visually epic, bruh. It was visually that epic. That score, oh my gosh! Amazing. That score was amazing. But at the end of the day, bro, this movie contradicted itself so much. I'll talk about it in the spoiler review. I will talk about it, guys. I will talk about it. I promise you. But, oh my goodness, bro. Why? Thor is garbage. You can't tell me any of his movies are good. Even his third film is worse. They made a parody of him. He's a joke. I don't like where they're leading with a bunch of these characters, especially with Thor. Thor. You're supposed to become you know what. And you, the same person who allowed for the destruction of his planet to happen. The same weak individual that lost to his sister. The same person that failed twice to take out Thanos. Issue, bruh. Issue. He is a complete failure. He's a complete failure, bro. I'm done with Thor. Same thing for Hulk. Hulk has not been good ever since Avengers 1. He actually took a dive in the movies after that. He took a dive. He became trash. All he fights is minions. He fights minions. I think this movie also contradicted Hulk's abilities in this film. Last time I checked, Hulk can heal. Last time I checked. Did I not watch Incredible Hulk where bullets was hitting his skin and his skin was deflecting it, meaning his skin was so strong and his skin heals. You cut through. You guys. The Abomination stabbed Hulk in his chest. The wound in Hulk's chest healed. This movie. So you're telling me in this film, Hulk can't heal anymore? He can't heal? He can't heal? Okay, I'll just take it for what it is. Hey, I'll tell you this one thing. Thanos was uber trash up in this movie, bro. Dialogue was weak. He was uber trash, bro. I will try to turn off my brain to the reasoning for what Thanos did what he did. No more use. I'll try to turn off my brain to it. When I heard Thanos did what he did in this movie, I was like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. You have a living being such as... Wait a minute. So Thanos decided to do something in this movie. And I'm over here like, why? He said one word, and that's it. For the reasoning of what he did. Thanos is trash, bro. Thanos is trash. Thanos is trash. Bro. Thanos was so weak in this movie. You guys know that epic moment in the trailer where you see the three Avengers walk? That scene was pretty epic. Thor was trash in that scene. He was doing stuff that was epic, but he looked whack. And Thor is also trash. Thanos, I have to talk about it in my spoiler review. Just know, Thanos' power scaling went... This is why the Russo brothers, as much as I love them, they need to stick to films like Winter Soldier, Civil War. They got characters that are too big they got characters that are too big for them, and they can't scale powers properly. They can't even scale them in the slightest degree to make them make sense. You guys, I would say this much. As much as the emotional weight I felt, this is better than Infinity War. Infinity Trash War. What I call it now. Because the only reason I was giving Infinity War a pass was because I was waiting for Doctor Strange's overall resolution on why he did what he did. You should have explained that in this movie. I'm not finna wait until Doctor Strange 2 for you to finally explain why Doctor Strange did what he did. This was your moment to sort of, let me know why Doctor Strange did what he did. He didn't even explain why he did what he did. This fool said one thing. One. When we know Doctor Strange could have easily ended Thanos in Infinity War. But I was trying to give him a pass. I know there's people want me to use a comment section talking about, oh my gosh, dude, why the heck are you talking about it like that, bro? That shit was freaking epic. Infinity War epic. Infinity War was like The Force Awakens to The Last Jedi. The Force Awakens was only going to be good if The Last Jedi would have at least explained some of the stuff that happened in The Force Awakens. And it didn't do that. Now, you guys, this movie was visually epic. It was emotionally amazing. I was like, it got me. It did something that Infinity War didn't do. Held that emotion in. But this movie, bro, the Ex Machina device they use, a huge contradiction in itself. The power scaling, even worse. But the fight scenes, them look tight though. Bruh, them fight scenes look, oh my goodness, that shit was tight. The fight scenes looked epic, but they didn't make any sense. They didn't. The humor in the wrong spots of the film that should have been a lot more serious than it was. This movie should have been Dark Knight levels serious. It should have been Dark Knight Rises level serious. It should have been Batman Begins levels of serious. You know what I'm saying? But I'll try to give it a pass. You guys, I really want to give this movie a certain grade. I do. I do. But there's a real grade I want to give this film. This film is definitely better than Infinity War, action-wise. That final battle destroys all the battles in Infinity War. Them trash fight scenes. Bruh, the Russo brothers directed the action 10 times better. They gave us wide shots, bro. It wasn't that you cut here, then you cut. Nah, bruh. The Russo brothers, they did better in this movie than they did in Infinity War. Infinity War was a popcorn, action, glorified flick, bruh. Thanos was whack in Infinity War just like he's whack up in Endgame, bro. I'm gonna tell you that much. As Thanos is visually, and Thanos has some good one-liners and he's visually on point, but now seeing this movie, Thanos, nigga, you trash, bro. There's a scene in this movie where Thanos does something, and the superhero plot armor was like crazy in this scene, bro. I'll give you a visual. You'll see this in the movie. Just know, Thanos did something and dropped something. And a bunch of heroes that are humans survived. The only people that should have survived this scene was 2 super beings on the team. Actually, 3. Only 3 should have survived this. That's all I'm going to give you. So, what grade am I going to give this movie? What grade am I going to give Avengers Endgame? I'm going to give Avengers Endgame a B minus. I'll give Avengers Endgame a B motherfreaking minus, bro. Infinity War, my grade for Infinity War drops to a D now. I gave Infinity War a C. Infinity War dropped to a D. Look, I understand people love these superhero films, right? But at the end of the day, when I like to watch films, I like to watch superhero movies, right? But for the most part, if a superhero movie is trying to be at some point make sense of something, and they contradict what they're trying to make sense of, then I'm gonna just call you out on your bullshit. Especially the Ex Machina device they used, which they contradicted themselves multiple times, and it made the story very what the freak am I watching? But a bunch of characters made up for it for me. Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Captain America. Some of the best acting I have seen and best relationships I have seen in my life, bro. It will in a superhero movie, some of the best. Not in my life, but some of the best, bro. Cap was solid up in this movie. He deserved more screen time than this trash dude right here who disrespected Captain America. I get there are Tony Stark fans, but just know my favorite characters now officially after seeing the Endgame, Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye. Because they brought emotion where it was needed to this film. Hell, I would say it was a lot more serious than most characters. Especially Thor. Clown. Thor's a clown. But you guys, this shit was visually epic, bruh. It was visually epic and it tugged at my heartstrings. But other than that, yeah, that's it. That's about it. Yeah, that's really all I can say. I have to be honest with you guys. But Endgame, it's a good thing to see 11 years of a connected universe come together. I'm not saying your connected universe has to be perfect, because this is kind of the first of its kind. But at the end of the day, the MCU does have big issues. The humor, which works, I'm not saying you need to take away your humor. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, put it in the right spots. They didn't do that in Endgame. They had the humor in the wrong situations, bro. when the movie should have been serious for what happened in Infinity War. Very serious. Another issue I had with Endgame, this movie felt very closed. It didn't feel like an epidemic, bro. So you're telling me Earth's mightiest heroes are the ones who defend the whole universe. Where's so nobody caught wind? There was no celestial gods or nothing, no higher beings that caught of what Thanos did? You're telling me the only people who really it was literally Earth vouching for the galaxy. And like I say, this movie, they did a good job of showing the effects of the snap, but they did it wrong. Show me the effects universal. You guys, they didn't have to give me like a 20-minute scene on another planet. This is what you should have done. Montage. Boom, 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 boom. Show me the lives of different planets. Show me them falling and stuff like, oh my, trying to pick themselves up. They didn't do that, bro. This movie felt too closed in. It felt too closed in for what Thanos did. He did a universal thing. Show me what is happening. Yes, you show me Earth, but you're telling me he did this on a universal level, and we're treating this like it only happened to Earth. Really. It really felt like that. And this movie further showed something to where I don't want to see nothing from this character moving forward. She didn't ruin this movie. She didn't. She showed up. But she was a big contradiction in herself because her movie contradicts her. Captain Marvel. I don't want to... I'll make sure I'm not vibing with this character at all. I'm not vibing with this character at all. Because of too many reasons. She been in the same universe Thanos was in for 20 years. 20 years, bro. I'm about to get mad. She been in the same universe as Thanos for 20 years. Ronan the Accuser, bruh. Why? She don't know how to keep her promises, bruh. She's over talking about there's other planets. Beach. You ditched your home planet you grew up on. You was born on. You ditched us. And you finna come here and tell these heroes here, you didn't have me. Shut the freak up. You're trash. This is the biggest contradiction in the MCU right now, bro. Captain Marvel. It makes absolutely no sense, bro. Level with me on this, guys. Thanos and Ronan. Ronan is part of the Kree. Carol Danvers said in Captain Marvel she was going to go finish off the Kree. So you're telling me, for almost 20 years, the Guardians actually stopped Ronan. So they did her job. Thanos. She's going from planet to planet to planet protecting people, right? She's talking about there's other planets. So Captain Marvel never came across a planet that Thanos went to and attacked. She never came across that planet once. And if that's the case, why is Thanos still alive? The biggest contradiction in itself, bro. This is why Captain Marvel's movie's trash. It makes stuff make less sense. You're telling me you've been here in the same universe as Thanos and Ronan for 20 years. And you're telling me you, Carol Danvers, not once came across a planet that Thanos went to and snapped in half. You never went to one. You never ran crossed by it. You never even heard of it. This, you guys, I get it. The universe is big. But at the end of the day, if a big purple trash dude is going from planet to planet to planet to planet, killing half and wiping people in half, people are going to find out. You can't hide genocide, bruh. You can't hide genocide, bro. Everybody in the galaxy knew of Thanos. So you're telling me, Carol Danvers, you guys, I'm trying to make sense of this. Carol Danvers has been here for 20 years. And then she shows up here. And then she shows up. I'll talk about it in the spoiler review. I got a lot to talk about in the spoiler review, bro. But at the end of the day, you've been here 20 years. You ditched your planet. This is no hero, bruh. She don't care. She don't care about us. For one, why would you bring Carol Danvers into this universe and she doesn't even care about her people? Humans. She dished us for 20 years. Talking about, oh, when something serious comes up, call me. So Nick Fury, I don't care anymore. The Avengers won. Nick Fury. It was an alien attack. You should have beep 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 beep. Carol, pull up. Why didn't Nick Fury message Carol and like hit her up? Say, Carol, some aliens attacked my planet. Could you do some investigation work? But like I say, Kevin Feige, you gotta hold an L, bruh. You gotta hold an L. Kevin Feige, I will never respect what you did to Scarlett Johansson like that. Especially in this movie, bruh. I saw what you did. And you're trying to move forward with Brie Larson. Kevin Feige, hold this L, my G. You disrespected Scarlett Johansson by taking her spot of what she rightfully deserved instead of Brie Larson. That is disrespectful, bruh. You had a woman, a better actor and more capable woman that could have led the first MCU female solo film. And you give it to Brie Larson, who just came up in here? The woman that we didn't even gravitate to. You shoehorn in somebody and you give her the spot that Scarlett Johansson deserved. That is disrespectful, Kevin Feige. That is disrespectful. There's Black Widow. I'm a Black Widow fan myself. But you really finna do this to me? You finna do our girl Scarlett like that? I know Scarlett feels some type of way, bro. Because she deserved a solo film. This beach comes in and takes Scarlett Johansson's spot. Disrespectful. Scarlet Witch deserved the movie more than Brie Larson. But hey, she's here now. She's here to stay. And you know what? Based off how they're going with the MCU now, I'm finna cut my losses and go somewhere else. But hey, you know. Hey, look, you guys. I get you guys will emotionally get attached to this movie, but at the end of the day, bro, shit ain't making sense. I'm trying to look back on this MCU. I'll talk about my spoiler review. But this movie contradicted itself a lot. And, yeah. Fuck. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. This movie is a B-. I'll give it a B-. I won't give it a C. This movie redeemed what I disliked for Infinity War. It did. It did. More dialogue, less action. Shouts out to Avengers Endgame. And yeah, based off of Infinity War, Avengers Endgame feels very unnecessary when Doctor Strange could have easily ended the outcome. Because I still don't know to this day why Doctor Strange did what the freak he did. One. That's your explanation? One. Nigga, what? That's your explanation. You guys, this movie was visually epic. It was. That final fight scene, bro. Bah! Booyah! Bruh, that shit was tight, cuz. That final battle was litty, bro. It was tight. That final battle was litty like a motherfucking titty, Man, this was epic. 11 years in the making, this was epic. And looking back on the MCU, I'll finally say this for the MCU. A very inconsistent universe, but still, I'll give them props for doing what they had to do. This is a big achievement. I give you props. Oh, Kevin Feige, hold another L. Whoever thinks Spider-Man Far From Home will be any good compared to this, you're wrong. You're smoking. Kevin Feige, hold this L for not ending Phase 3 on Endgame, bruh. Spider-Man Far From Home. As much as I love Spider-Man, I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorites. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. Regarding if Marvel vs. DC, Spider-Man is my top favorite hero. And I got 2 more DC characters in my top 3. But Spider-Man is my favorite. I don't like Tom Holland Spider-Man. Forget him. Trash. But I will say this much. Spider-Man, Kevin Feige, hold this L. There's nothing you can surprise us in Spider-Man Far From Home with that will make That will end off Phase 3 good. You should have ended Endgame with end Phase 3 with Endgame, my G. You smoking, Feige. That's you under that table looking at Brie Larson kitty, giving her anything, defending her more than your other actors. Anything for you, Brie Larson. Anything for you, Brie. Yeah. Feige, hold this L. Why would you end this? This movie was emotionally epic. Bruh. You should have ended Phase 3 on the Avengers movie. What are you doing, Feige? Oh my gosh, Kevin Feige. What you doing, bro? Hey, you guys, this movie was lit. This movie was lit. The action, the emotions. Lit, bro. Lit. Hey, Captain America, he got that respect. Tony Stark, freak you. Hawkeye, tight, lit. Hawkeye was fire, bro. Hawkeye brought emotion. Thor, trash. I'm glad. Freak you. Trash trilogy, weak. Thanos, you whack to me now, bruh. Your powers is inconsistent like a motherfreaker, bruh. Freak you, Thanos. Miss me. Black Widow, I love you. I love you, Black Widow. She's a G. She need that respect that she always deserves. Shouts out Black Widow. Hulk. Oh, I forgot. There's a reason why he's not up here. Hulk is trash. He did nothing. Hey, did you guys? Hope you guys liked the review. Avengers Endgame, we're finally here. We finally made it 11 years in the making. MCU, y'all did something epic, bro. Y'all did something epic right here. MCU, you did something epic. Even though I threw my shade at you guys, y'all did something epic, MCU. Respect all day to the MCU. But, you know, it's just some shade. Respect to the MCU. This is MCU Day. Avengers Endgame. Yeah! I'm gonna go ahead and reveal there's what came out the first Black Super Saiyan, whoever I'm just playing with that peace, love, positivity, and all that jazz. Yeah. Hope you guys have a very good day. Don't do drugs. Jody, Jay, X-Files, Savage, bro, we here. We here, bro. We did it. Avengers Endgame, bro. What's next? My high is gone now. Spoiler review coming. Expect that. We here. Liddy. Avengers Endgame was tight. Let's go. Have very good days for that peace, love, positivity all the time. Hold on, let me do it. Doses. Oh, bye. Deuces.